all know a Taurus. Think about it, that friend who refuses to change their order at a restaurant, even when the waiter tells them they're out of that dish. They've made up their mind, nothing will change it. It's like trying to move a mountain, a very delicious, comfy mountain. But that's what we love about them, right? That unwavering determination. They know what they want. And they go for it full force, like a bull charging through a field of whatever bulls like to charge through. Daisies, maybe giant inflatable bouncy castles. Bull expert. Tauruses are all about the good life. The softest blankets, the plushest pillows, a roaring fireplace. Okay, maybe not always a fireplace, but definitely a roaring good time. They know how to relax, and they make sure everyone around them relaxes too. You can't help but feel at ease around a Taurus. They're like a human-weighted blanket. I once knew a Taurus who brought their own pillow to the movie theater, their own pillow. Now that's dedication to comfort. But hey, who am I to judge? Maybe they were onto something. I've definitely fallen asleep in a movie theater before, and it wasn't pretty. A little extra neck support wouldn't have hurt. Let's be real, folks. Tauruses love to eat. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, the flavors, the textures, the presentation. Okay, maybe not always the presentation. Sometimes it's just about shoveling deliciousness into your face as fast as possible. No judgment here. I've seen a Taurus devour a whole pizza in one sitting. And I'm not talking about one of those tiny personal pizzas. I'm talking a full-size 12-slice extra cheese extravaganza. It was impressive to say the least. It's slightly terrifying, but mostly impressive. Tauruses are homebodies. They love their space, their sanctuary, their haven of comfy blankets, delicious snacks, and endless reruns of their favorite TV shows. But let's be real, sometimes Home Sweet Home can turn into Home Sweet. Tauruses can be hoarders, not in a creepy, scary way. More like a, I might need this empty cereal box someday kind of way. I once visited a Taurus friend's house and got lost in their guest room. It wasn't a big room, mind you, but it was filled with stuff. Clothes, books, souvenirs, random boxes filled with who knows what. It was like a treasure hunt, but instead of gold, I found a half-eaten bag of chips and 27 things. Oh, at least they were still French. Section 5, Love and Laughter Taurus style. When a Taurus loves you, you really know it. They're not only loyal and devoted, but also always up for a good time. They'll shower you with affection, gifts, and maybe, just maybe, a home-cooked meal, if you're lucky that is, but don't expect grand romantic gestures. Tauruses are more about these simple things. A warm hug, a shared laugh, or a comfortable silence as you both stuff your faces with pizza. My Taurus friend once surprised their partner with a giant teddy bear. Not just any teddy bear, mind you, a teddy bear that was taller than me. And I'm not exactly short, it was hilarious and adorable. And slightly impractical considering their apartment was already bursting at the seams with stuff. But hey, love finds a way, even in a cluttered living room. Section 6. Friends forever, just don't mess with their routine. Tauruses are amazing friends. They're reliable, supportive, and always down for a good time. But they also value their routine. So don't try to spring any last-minute plans on them. They need time to prepare, time to mentally adjust to the idea of leaving their comfy haven, time to pack their trusty emergency snack bag. I once tried to convince my Taurus friend to go to a concert with me on the same day. Big mistake. They looked at me like I'd suggested we jump off a bridge. But it's going to be so much fun, I pleaded. I need at least a week's notice for this kind of thing, they replied, shaking their head. I learned my lesson that day. Never mess with a Taurus's routines. Tauruses are hard workers. They're dedicated, persistent, and always strive for the best. But they also know how to let loose and have a good time, especially if that good time involves delicious food, comfy surroundings, and good company. They're not afraid to indulge. In fact, they embrace it. Life is too short to deny yourself pleasure. I once worked with a Taurus who brought a slow cooker to the office. Yes, a slow cooker. They'd started in the morning, and by lunchtime, the whole office smelled like a gourmet restaurant. It was amazing, and slightly distracting. But mostly amazing. Who can concentrate on spreadsheets when there's pulled pork wafting through the air? Tauruses have a certain charm. They're down to earth, genuine, and have a warm, inviting energy. People are drawn to them. They're like a human hug. You just want to be around them. And maybe steal some of their snacks, but only if they offer, of course. I've seen a Taurus walk into a room full of strangers and instantly become the center of attention. Not because they're loud or boisterous, but because they have this magnetic aura. They make you feel comfortable, welcome, and maybe a little bit hungry. Is that their secret weapon, the promise of delicious snacks? I'm on to you, Taurus. Life with a Taurus is never boring. They're always up for an adventure. Whether it's trying a new restaurant, exploring a local park, or just lounging on the couch, binge-watching their favorite show, there's always something happening. They bring a sense of fun and excitement to everything they do. Even grocery shopping can be an adventure with a Taurus. Just make sure you have a snack break plan. I once went on a road trip with a Taurus friend. We had a detailed itinerary, planned stops, and a strict schedule, or so we thought. We ended up getting sidetracked by every quirky roadside attraction, charming local diner, scenic overlook we encountered. We laughed, we ate, we explored. It was the most spontaneous, unplanned, and utterly delightful road trip of my life. Thank you, Taurus, for reminding me that sometimes the best adventures are the ones you don't plan. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the wonderful world of Taurus. They're stubborn, they're comfy, they're foodies, they're hoarders, they're loyal, they're hilarious, they're charming, and they're always up for a good time. A life with a Taurus is a wild, delicious, and endlessly entertaining ride. Buckle up and enjoy the chaos.
Hello, astrology enthusiasts. Today, let's delve into the world of Taurus, the zodiac sign known for its earthy stubbornness and love for the finer things in life. If you're a Taurus or you know one, you might find these traits quite familiar. First off, let's talk about stubbornness. Taurus individuals are famously set in their ways. Once they make up their minds, it's nearly impossible to sway them. This can be a strength, as it shows their commitment and reliability, but it can also be a challenge, especially when flexibility is needed. Next up, possessiveness. Taurians cherish what they have, whether it's material possessions or relationships. This deep sense of value often translates into a fear of losing what they hold dear, which can sometimes manifest as jealousy or even controlling behavior. Now, onto something a bit lighter: laziness. Taurus loves comfort and often takes a relaxed approach to life. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It means they know how to enjoy the moment and not rush through life. However, it can lead to procrastination, which might frustrate the more goal-oriented signs of the zodiac. And speaking of enjoying life, let's talk about indulgence. Taurus has a deep appreciation for sensory experiences, be it delicious food, luxurious fabrics, or beautiful scenery. They indulge in these pleasures, which makes them great connoisseurs of life's finer things. But sometimes they might overdo it. Back to stubbornness. Yes, it deserves a second mention. The legendary stubbornness of a Taurus can lead to an inflexibility that might make compromise difficult. It's not just about being set in their ways, it's about holding onto their perspective with incredible tenacity. Grudge holding is another trait that can be challenging. Taurians have long memories, and if you wrong them, they might not forget it anytime soon. Forgiving and forgetting isn't in their nature, which means navigating relationships with them requires careful handling. Lastly, temper tantrums. When a Taurus feels pushed too far, watch out. Their temper can explode into dramatic displays of anger. It's intense and can be quite surprising considering their usual laid-back demeanor. In summary, dealing with a Taurus requires patience and diplomacy, but it's worth it. They are reliable, sensual, and truly appreciate beauty in all its forms. Understanding these traits can help you connect with the Taurus in your life on a deeper level. So next time you find yourself puzzled by a Taurus's behavior, remember these traits. They're just being true to their star sign. Thank you for joining me today, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the stars. Until next time, keep looking up.
He's a guy who feels strongly about giving big signals, making because if you like to swing between being really into you and hard to remember you exist, it's time to make you feel anxious and insecure about yourself. But I will show you how to stop this once and for all in the place of worth, integrity, courage, and without feeling or sounding needy. It sucks to be in the middle of a hot and cold going with a guy that you feel excited about. It sucks more when you have so much to offer and you're smart. And it sucks works even more when this isn't the first time this happens to you. There's 4 criteria that I need you to recognize when you connect with men. And I want you to think about the guy you're with right now, the guy who's playing on call with you, guys in the past. How well do you fit in with this 4 points? Number 1 is you need to know what he wants in a relationship. Number 2 is excited about exploring life partnership. This is a big one, but most women skip this step and the software starts off with. Number 3 is willing to pursue you. Number 4 is able to pursue you. He's logistically able. He has what you need. He's not going through a crisis. He's not suffering from the middle of a divorce. He's not in a financial wreck where he can't focus on anything else than getting his life back off of it. Now, filter guys with this criteria, you'll recognize that they fail at least one. They are not taking consistent action. Now, I'm going to divide this video up into 2 sections. The first one is going to be the mindset you need to embody to be able to pull off the second part of the video, which is the one thing you need to do if you want to stop this hardcore one for all. You place of confidence, one place of work, and also a place of really the best version of you. Hello, my name is Aaron. If you'd like to understand how you can attract your ideal life partner without being able to do this, relations, games, or stupid techniques, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now so you can be notified of my episodes as they come out. So first, the mindset. There's 4 principles I need you to adopt starting today. The first one is excitement is not pursuit. Women confuse this often. You connect with a guy who's charming, good looking, he seems to have a great career, he's different, he's mysterious in some way, he feels confident, he's stalled. So part of you says, wow, he's got this thing going on. And then you don't know all other things. He seems excited to connect with you. He's lighting up. He seems to have friendship. Sometimes you get the mind opens because it beats the check marks of what you're looking for. But you don't recognize that excitement is worth absolutely nothing to you. You can't take the consistent action that an intelligent, conscious man takes when he wants to pursue a woman. Now, I'm taking as a given that you're someone who prefers to be pursued than to pursue him. I'm not saying you don't connect with the guy, I'm not saying you don't message him, I'm saying primarily he's the one who said, let's make this thing happen. And you're showing up, you're going on dates, you're expressing yourself in such a way that gets the clear picture that you're the one who's looking at. 2 is maybe he's not for nothing else but this reason that I've made mistakes. You're like, why? Because when you take these maybes as a consideration that the guy that you're into is special. If the guy that you're into is into you will know it. You will feel it. You will see it. You will not be unsure about it. If you're sure about it, something's missing. I'm not saying it can never happen. I'm saying take this with a grain of salt and step back a little bit, because if he really wants to make this happen, he will. You don't have to twist his arm. You don't have to convince him. You don't have to manipulate him. He'll take action. And number 3 is consistency. Always beats. That's what I'm not saying you should go to the guy that you're attracted to, but what I'm saying is that many times that intensity, the boldness, being confident that a guy shows up with the room makes you get confused with the value of consistency. You're choosing one is incredibly intense, and another one is intense but present tense, but it's consistent. That's the guy who will hold your hand when you're going through trouble. That's the guy who will partner up with you, take the kids to soccer practice. That's the guy who will put up a Christmas tree or do the Hanukkah candles with you when it's time. That's the guy who will be a source of grounding energy in your life versus a guy who is intense and exciting but lacks the pole. 4, it's really important. He's only playing hot and cold because you're playing the game. Hot and cold is a game that requires 2 active participants. If you're not into the game has to take place. Now that you get this, you're ready to do the one thing you need to do. But before that, I want to help you understand the root cause why despite being smart, beautiful, so much to offer you. And for that, I take it for 10 years of helping really wind up into a free quiz you can take in about 60 seconds that will reveal the number one reason you're still single. If you want to find your answer, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description, answer a few simple questions, and in 60 seconds or less you'll get two things. Number one, the number one reason you're still single, the answer to that. Number two, you'll get a report with the number one action you can take starting today that will reverse this trend for you and get you to connect with the guy you want much faster. The number one thing you need to do is develop relational courage. And there's 3 simple steps that will help you. The first is ask very there's no need for multiple dates for the guy. If you know what he wants, I'm going to ask him what he's looking for. He might lie in word, but you'll find out through dating that that's a lie. But he has to be sure with you. He doesn't include what he wants, he has to be sure with you. And here you are 2 weeks later connecting with him good morning, good night, and you're feeling some excitement to work. What he wants you to give him what you're wasting your precious time. So make sure that you ask early and often questions that help you understand where he's at, what he's looking for, what he's capable of stepping into his life right now. Number 2 is be vulnerable, direct, and kind. Here's what I mean. Stop playing poker face, stop being full of eyes, stop pretending that you're not into the guy. Just be clear, put your cards on the table, and you'll reach out to him. Let him know that you find him exciting, that you find him attractive, that you feel something special in his everything, and that you're confused. How's that for you? Instead of just playing it cold, say, I like you, you're super interesting, you're different from other guys you're connected with, I'm confused about this thing. I'm confused about you disappearing for weeks at a time, or being super intense, we'll connect together, but maybe not reaching out at all when we're not. Or maybe showing up on dates this way, and sometimes you show up and you're cold and distant, and I'm really not sure what that's about. And step number 3 is ask for what you need. And here's where you again come clean. I'm working right now, this is a fit in my life. I'm really interested in connecting with a guy who knows what he wants, who's interested in pursuing me, who is not playing games, who has the time and energy to invest as awesomely as I'm able to invest. How does that sound? Is that something you're looking for as well? Would you be able to connect with me that way? That's an answer. You're being kind, you're not being passive aggressive, you're being that way. Now, you're not being mean, you're being conscious, you're being worthy, you're setting a boundary saying, dude, I love your energy, and here's what I need. You want to continue getting that energy. You can say yes, you can say no, you can't say no. When you train a guy to treat you with respect and dignity, then he'll either step up or step down, but won't continue messing with your life. Hope this is very useful. If it is, click like on this video and share with me in a comment what's the number one takeaway that you're getting from this. Thank you, and I challenge you to live a full, conscious life. It sucks to be in the middle of a hot and cold game with a guy that you feel excited about. It sucks more when you have so much to offer and you're smart. And it sucks even more when this isn't the first time this happens to you. There's 4 criteria that I need you to really recognize when you connect with men. And I want you to think about the guy you're with right now, the guy who's playing hot and cold with you, guys in the past. How well do they fit in with these 4 points? Number 1 is he needs to know what he wants in a relationship. Number 2, he's excited about exploring life partnership with you. This is a big one, but most women skip this step and they suffer as a result of it. Number 3, he is willing to pursue you. Number 4, he's able to pursue you. He's logistically able. He has what he needs. He's not going through a crisis. He's not suffering from the middle of a divorce. He's not in a financial wreck where he really can't focus on anything other than getting his life back up again. Now, if you filter guys through this criteria, you'll recognize that they fail at least one. They are not taking consistent action. Now, I'm going to divide this video up into 2 sections. The first one is going to be the mindset you need to embody to be able to pull off the second part of the video, which is the one thing you need to do if you want to stop this hot and cold game once and for all, from a place of confidence, from a place of worth, and also from a place of feeling the best version of you. Hello, my name is Bern, and if you'd like to understand how you can attract your ideal life partner without the need for gimmicks, manipulations, games, or stupid techniques, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now so you can be notified of the episodes as they come out. So first, the mindset. There's 4 principles I need you to adopt starting today. The first one is excitement is not pursuit. Women confuse this often. You connect with a guy who's charming, he's good looking, he seems to have a great career, he's different, he's mysterious in some way, he feels confident, he's tall. So part of you says, wow, he's got this thing going on, and then beyond all other things, he seems excited to connect with you. He seems to be lighting up when he sees you. He seems to have chemistry with you. Sometimes you give him a mind hall pass because he fits the check marks of what you're looking for, but you don't recognize that excitement is worth absolutely nothing to you if you can't take the consistent actions that an intelligent, conscious man takes when he wants to pursue a woman. Now, I'm taking as a given that you're someone who prefers to be pursued than to pursue a guy. I'm not saying you don't connect with a guy, I'm not saying you don't message him, I'm saying primarily he's the one who's saying, let's make this thing happen, and you're showing up, you're going on dates, you're expressing yourself in such a way that he gets the clear picture that you're the woman he's looking for. Number 2 is maybe is not a yes. If you learn nothing else but this from this video, that a maybe isn't a yes, your life will change. Why? Because many of you take these maybes as a consideration that the guy that you're into is a potential for you. If the guy that you're into is into you, you will know it. You will feel it. You will see it. You will not be unsure about it. If you're unsure about it, something's missing. I'm not saying it can never happen. I'm saying take this with a grain of salt and step back a little bit, because if he really wants to make this happen, he will. You don't have to twist his arm. You don't have to convince him. You don't have to manipulate him. He'll take action. Number 3 is consistency always beats intensity. Here's what I mean by that. I'm not saying you shouldn't connect with a guy that you're really attracted to, but what I'm saying is that many times the intensity, the boldness, the confidence that a guy shows up with at the beginning makes you get confused with the value of consistency. If you're to choose between 2 men, one who's incredibly intense and another one who's intense but less intense, but is consistent, that's the guy who will hold your hand when you're going through trouble. That's the guy who will partner up with you to take the kids to soccer practice. That's the guy who will put up the Christmas tree or do the Hanukkah candles with you when it's time. That's the guy who will be a source of grounding energy in your life versus a guy who's intense, exciting, but lacks the all. Number 4, and this is really important, is he's only playing hot and cold with you because you're playing the game. The hot and cold is a game that requires 2 active participants. If you're not into the game doesn't take place. Now that you get this, you're ready to hear the one thing you need to do. But before that, I want to help you understand the root cause why, despite being smart, beautiful, and having so much to offer, you're still single. And for that, I've taken over 10 years of helping women find love into a free quiz you can take in about 60 seconds and it will reveal the number 1 reason you're single. If you want to find the answer, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description, answer a few simple questions, and in 60 seconds or less, you'll get 2 things. Number 1, the number 1 is the single. The answer is about. Number 2, you'll get a report with the number 1 action you can take starting today that will reverse this trend for you and get you to connect with the guy you want much faster. The number 1 thing you need to do is develop a relational approach. And there's 3 simple steps that will help you get there. The first one is ask early. There is no need to go on multiple dates with a guy who isn't clear what he wants, and you haven't asked him what he's looking for. Now, he might lie in the word, but you'll find out through dating him that that's a lie. But if he hasn't even shared with you, he's not even doing what he wants, he hasn't even shared it with you, and here you are 2 weeks later connecting with him, good morning, good night, and you're feeling some excitement towards him, but you want something different and you want him to wasting your time. So make sure that you ask early and often questions that help you understand where he's at, what he's looking for, what he's capable of stepping into. vulnerable, direct, and kind. Here's what I mean. Stop playing poker face. Stop being the queen of ice. Stop pretending that you're not into the guy. Just be clear. Just be kind.